Hello and welcome to another The Church at Hiraeth. Our theme today is perseverance. Keep going, never give up. Don't give up because it will come good in the end.
The hymn I've chosen for today is Lord of all hopefulness. What I like about this hymn is the reminder that God is with us at all times, from daybreak till evening. God's not just for Sundays or maybe whenever you watch this video. God's with us at all times if we just reach out to him. There's a verse in the Bible, Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5 says, "Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." Lord of all hopefulness, Lord of all joy, whose trust ever shines, nor can good destroy. Be thou our peace, and give us sweet Lord, listen our hearts, Lord, at the break of the day. Lord of all ages, Lord of all faith, whose strong hands were stilled by the pain and the rain. Be thou our Saviour, and give us sweet strength in our hearts, Lord, at the noon of the day.
James chapter 1 talks about trials and temptations, and on several occasions we read the word perseverance. Perseverance produces success. We have to keep at things. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, for example. But verse 12 is what I want to read out now, or at least the first few words of it. Blessed is the man who perseveres. Blessed is the man who perseveres. I like nature. I love British nature in particular. And this last week, I've been out looking for my favourite fungi, fly agaric. Now, even if you don't know anything about fungi, you'll no doubt recognise what I'm talking about as it appears on the screen. Very, very easily recognisable by most people. And I haven't been after one for a while now, so I thought before we get into winter, let's go and check out some fly agaric. There's a golf course near to where I live, and it ticks the boxes because the soil is sandy and there are birch trees growing there. So that's the combination that you're looking for. And it must have been about 4 years ago now, I came across dozens and dozens of them. However, I have been back to that same golf course in the meantime and not seen one. But I was determined to really give it a good go this time. Went with my wife, my dog, went for a walk. It's an 18-hole golf course. And if I say that we covered every single hole on the course, that's not an exaggeration. We went from this one to that one, across there, down that fairway, via that green. We did the whole golf course. And can you believe it? This is true. But can you believe it? It was right at the very end on the 18th hole. It wasn't actually the 18th hole, but it was the 18th one that we'd been to, that we came across fly agaric growing underneath a birch tree, as I've said just now. Great, I love them. But it would have been so easy to have given up. I could have let it go after the first 3 or 4, or even having walked the area that I had done previously several years ago and came across dozens and there were none there, to think, there won't be any on this occasion. But we kept going. We persevered. Blessed is the man who perseveres. I was so happy. And in fact, because they were so difficult to track down, they were so elusive, when I did find them, it became even more of a buzz, even more of a thrill, even more of a success. If there's something in life that's easy to get to, easy to attain, easy to achieve, you don't always appreciate it as much as if you have to work hard to get there, do you? And that's why the Bible tells us, blessed is the man who perseveres, because there is something special about getting somewhere when we've had to work hard along the way. And Flyer Garrick, well, that's a perfect illustration, isn't it? The 18th hole. I'd gone to every one, the fairways, the round the golf, what they call them, the putting area itself, the hole where the flag is. I don't know much about golf, as you can tell there. The area where they drive off, all the varying trees and everything else along the way. But it was right at the very end. And I felt so happy, so blessed that I came across the Flyer Garrick. Don't give up. I think there are times, though, in life when a season comes to an end. That's important. That's different. We have to recognise that just as we're now in autumn and we've left summer behind, we're not quite into winter yet, but there is a merging. Some days it's almost like a late summer's afternoon. Others, scraping ice off the car windshield before you go fishing, which I've done a couple of times recently. It does feel like winter. We're in autumn, but the seasons merge, and there is a time when a season does come to an end in our lives. It's important to recognise that. But there are also other times when we don't give up. It hasn't come to an end. Don't let things go just yet, because there's still some mileage in them. And that's when we have to persevere. Blessed is the man who perseveres. Perhaps the message for you today is don't give up. Keep going, because it will come good in the end. And 2 weeks ago, our message on the church at Hiraeth was along the same lines about persevering, because your work will be rewarded. That's important, isn't it? Don't give up. Keep going. Thank you for joining with us again this week. We do appreciate your company. We hope you've been blessed, encouraged, maybe challenged along the way. We do hope and pray that you have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.